but I couldn't figure out how to do it. So I got my step stool out. I got up nearly to the ceiling, like to broke my neck. But other than that, I had a good time. Now, let me get the thing on. Supposedly, the hell y'all put up with me? I don't even know why you do. Sometimes I can't put up with myself, much less anybody else. Now I know y'all can hear me, and Chris, hi. I like to broke my neck. If I had it, then y'all wouldn't have to put up with me no more. Because I don't give up. That's one thing about me, is I do not give up. And I don't know if that's a bad thing or a good thing. I've got to plug the phone in. So you're just going to have to wait just a second. I think it's plugged in. Now, y'all can hear me right? Yes, you can. I know you can. Okay. Let me check on Mama, y'all, and see if she can hear me. Can you hear me, Mom? Can you hear me? Okay. Well, y'all, we're cooking with gas now. We are cooking now. I wish y'all were, half of you were here to help me get straightened out every day. I don't even know how I put my underwear on. I'll tell you sometimes, I think I've lost my mind, but I really haven't. I just have so much going on, y'all, and y'all know, if you've ever been a caregiver, you just got so much going on that I have to. This is the only time is at night. I've got my green apron on. The only time is at night that I can get in here, and when it's late, when the internet is not messing up. So we're just going to have to do this. So what I did is I put a 1 3/4 cup of milk into my bowl, and then I put a 1.5 teaspoons of vinegar into that, because I didn't have any buttermilk, and you can use lemon juice or apple cider vinegar or white vinegar, and it'll, see how that's, I'll show you. It's quite interesting. If y'all are up this late, then you're wanting to stay up for a little bit, I imagine. If you don't, then go on to bed. See how that's, look how frothy. You see how that's curdled up? Y'all see how that's curdled up? So make sure you mix that in there good. That brown on this bowl is where I made tea. This used to be my little tea bowl. But that will curdle up there if y'all see that. You can see where that curdles up on your spoon. So that means that your mixture worked. And then we're going to put our, I'm out of breath. Yeah, I'd like to kill myself. I got up on the stepping stool. Well, the stepping stool went this way, and I went this way, and thank God I didn't have this big antique bowl flour earlier. I was up on that stepping stool trying to get something out of the top of the cabinet. And if I'd have broke this bowl, I'd have been fit to be tied. So we've got that set aside. So now we're going to whisk our flour and our little bit of sugar. So let's get our flour first. That'd be 4 1/4 cups. So it takes some flour to make this soda bread. I'm going to use my King Arthur all-purpose, and I'm just going to go ahead and just put that in there. I forgot to do it. I'll have this all over here. They'll think a ghost lives here. I'll get through with this. So I'm going to just put me. Let me get my knife. I hope I got 4 1/2. There's one. Probably be about 4 1/2. That is a 5-cup thing, so when we sift this out, we're not going to need that extra half because this will do it. I love this old flour sifter. I got this one. This is not the grandmother's. It's like it, but it's not hers. I got this one off of the, what is that catalog where y'all get stuff? I forgot. They have Christmas cookies and Christmas stuff. So that's where I got that flour sifter there. It's not the general store. I don't know what it's called. Okay. We're going to put 3 tablespoons, but I'm going to add a little more because I'm making this a fruit bread. I'm not going to make this just a plain old grandma's Irish bread, soda bread. I'm gonna put, it says 3 tablespoons. I think it needs to be a little sweeter than that, but so I'll tell you what, I'm gonna put 5 in there, and I'll upgrade the recipe so we'll have that. So it'll be 5 tablespoons of granulated sugar. Now let's do our baking soda. Let's get us a teaspoon of baking soda. Now that'll work with your buttermilk. That's your rising agent. Since you don't have yeast in this, recipe, that's what'll make it rise up to Jesus. Is that baking soda and that buttermilk. So. Now we'll give us a teaspoon of salt. And then let's mix that. Let me get a mixer. Now you can use this with your brown whole wheat flour. Most people do, but I didn't have any. Well, yeah, I do, but I didn't want it. I want some white bread. Because you know me, I just want white bread. It's okay, all of it's fine with me, but I want to mix that good though, because I don't want any hard lumps into my. Let's set that up here. I'm just going to go ahead and hang it back up. What I do need to do, and I forgot, is I got to put 1 egg into your buttermilk. So you put your 1 egg in there. Not a whole lot of egg into this. Just kind of. Okay, Let that set back where it was. Now then, let me get my butter. Now I'm going to do 5 tablespoons of butter. I want it cold and cubed. So you want to just take your butter out, and we didn't do anything this St. Patrick's Day. I used to. I'd go do things, but nowadays it's just too dangerous to get out in these, get out in the crowds and all that stuff. Not because of the flu or stuff, but people shooting at people and stuff. That's all Mother and I need to do. But she hasn't been doing good, y'all, so say a prayer for her. Sherry says, I'm afraid to say hello. Last time you lost connection. Well, maybe this time I won't, Sherry. As I've told every one of y'all, I do the best that I can. Jimmy says 11:30 on the East Coast. Well, it's 10:44 here. But you, Sherry said, make me a birthday cake. I'm 59 tomorrow. Well, you was born in 66, wasn't you? Have a very happy birthday. Yes, happy birthday. Yeah, Jimmy, she's not been doing well. And it's a sciatic nerve, and she's dizzy. But I've given, and another UTI, y'all. You know, that's detrimental to some people. But Dr. Billy Jean got his grandma Clampett doctor bag out, and I have been doctoring her for the past several days. Hi, Gary. Good to see you. Yeah, Sherry, I hope you have a good birthday. I really do. Now, I'm going to cut this up in just some little squares. That's while I'm me talking. See, that's what we get when I talk, is I get to, I'm going to put that in my flour. I'm going to add, I might as well add 2 more. That just leaves one little piece. I hate that when a recipe does that, but I've got my butter plate. I got grandmother's old pink plate, and I just use it for my butter. That doesn't look too good because I was making, what was I making, y'all? And I didn't finish, well, I finished it, but y'all didn't get to see it. Let me get my dough tool that my sweet friend got me. She sent me that money. D-E-E, sent me the money for this, and I've been, every time I use it, I think of D, because mine, the wooden handle broke out, and about that time, she sent me a little, I don't know what it was, I think it's $10, not sure, but I went to Walmart and I found this, and I thought, boy, it couldn't have come in any handier, and boy, this is a good one. It's not going to ever wear out with that, it's that Pioneer Woman up there in Oklahoma, Ree Drummond. Now we just want to mix that and get it all over the place. Billie Jean, get in here and get this. I just want that to get a little bit of my butter in there and make it kind of like sand, you know. Kind of like sand. We're not saying for sure, but boy, there's a raccoon out here at my door about an hour ago, and he was as big as a Doberman. I didn't invite him in though. I said, you just go on down the road or something, because his tail was that, I bet, that big around. And he stood up, oh, yay tall. But the cats, I let them out, you know, and in. And they don't seem to bother each other. Here he is, twice the size of a cat. I don't know, maybe this internet's cutting out. I'm sorry if it is. Gary says, I'm going to be 70 in a couple of weeks. I can't believe how fast time goes by. Oh, I know it, Gary. All the birthdays, zippity-doo-dah. Well, it's because I'm on my, she said the sound and everything's good. Yeah, because I'm on my Motorola phone. I guess I'm just going to have to resort to using that phone instead of anything else. But see, I have to read your comments off of the other little phone because I can't. Now, if I'm at my desk when we do those lives, I use the camera that was gifted to me. I love it and I use it. And then I use it here. I'll set it in the tripod. And if I'm doing a video, you know, to film, I could do a live on it, but I've got to get a long cord, like a long cord. And I'm going to keep doing this because I wanted a little bit more. I wish y'all was here to help me with this because I'm telling you, I've been feeling kind of bad myself. Maybe it's just getting over the cold weather and getting in the heat weather. My arthritis is bad today. But, okay, on my fruit bread or on this, you remember I told you I buy these cranberries when they're 99 cents a bag. Well, these I've had in the freezer. I just took them out. I just took these out. Let me get a bowl and then I'll show you. Because I'm not going to use all of it. Well, I might. Oh, I might. I really might. Because I don't want to refreeze those and I don't want to make any more cranberry sauce because I've got as much cranberry sauce as the law allows. So, now you see those cranberries. Right there. You see those cranberries, how good they are. Now look how good those cranberries are. And those have been in the freezer since, I think I bought these in November. And now I'm going to put some blueberries in there because I want blueberries in it. I'll use this soda bread as a breakfast bread. It's what I will do. So you know when I cook, I have to upgrade the videos because now I had these raisins and you can, I got these for 99 cents. Now you can reconstitute those in a little water. They're not, these are soft enough, but I always reconstitute them just to, now with those, I'm going to put 2 teaspoons of my vanilla onto my fruit, just because it's fruit. Not that any kind of soda bread asked for it, but that's what I'm doing. Y'all can do it if you want to. One thing I love is this bread is quite, you don't have to let it rise and all that stuff. So I really like it because I don't have to wait on it, you know, because this is all done and over with in about 55 minutes. I mean, it takes about 10 minutes if you're not talking. Now, if you're me, it takes about 30 minutes and about 45 minutes to cook. So, okay. Now, I want those I just kind of squeeze my berries a little bit. And you can do that in your, if you don't mind having purple. I try not to do too much purple. Now I'll put a little flour with those. I'll put just a little flour in them. And that'll keep them from sinking to the bottom. If you just kind of put your flour around and get that down in there. I'm sorry this hat's getting in your way, and I'm trying to look at the monitor and see. Okay. Now that, we're just going to add that to our mix there. I like my good wood spoon. Here it is. I've got so many wood spoons I can't. I've got so much of everything. Now those cranberries will pop a little more than the other. And even if they're baking, they will. I'm pretty sure this is the way I made this a long time ago. I haven't made it with the fruit in many years. A long time, long while. But we're going to see. We're going to see, aren't we? Get that all mixed down in there. Let me see if y'all say anything. I don't know. Love Canada, I do too. Oh, that's the sugar box. That's the, that was my grandmother's. You can see how grazed it is. I just keep sugaring it, but I think it was just a little candy box that was made in occupied Japan. It was nothing, probably a dime store. Everything they had was dime store. Now on the other side, that grandmother, she had everything from all the good stores. But mother's parents, they lived on that ranch farm, you know. Okay, now we're going to add our milk and egg to that. Now you're going to have to, you know, I don't like, see how them popping? They'll pop. You know, I don't like using my hands in food. I think it's because well, I don't like, my grandmother didn't. You don't, so many that I see nowadays, they get their hands all in that stuff and pull it off, and that's putting skin cells and everything else in your food. I'm not eating it. So you might as well forget it. I'm not doing it. I don't care if Granny Grunt did it. I'm not doing it. But today I'm going to have to knead this, and I'm going to really wash my hands. I've got some plastic gloves. I think that's what I'll use. I think I got some down here in my yeah, I do. I got several. I got restaurant. I've got, my gosh, where'd all these gloves come from? My gosh, I've got box after box. I've got purple ones. I've got white ones. I've got frosted ones. Let's do the frosted, because they're the more, they're a thicker glove if you're using your hands. Always. Now sometimes if it's a little quick biscuit or something and I'm just going to barely touch it, I'll use it. Let me get that. Give me a paper towel, wipe that off. I got a little water on that because I put a little water on that glass top stove, and it keeps this thing down there pretty good. Let me get a little flour. We're going to need a little flour. Yeah, we're going to need a little flour. I'll get it out of my bin, because we're going to need some flour. Now you don't want to overwork this, but you don't want to underwork it either. That's a lot of, oh my Lord, that's going to be so much, it's unreal. Look at that go. Lord, it's going to look like we're making 10 fruit cakes. That does look kind of like my fruitcake batter when I make them. But it's got oranges and all that stuff in it. Lord, I think we're going to have enough for everybody. I don't know why that. It's just because I added all that fruit to it. Oh, it smells good though. You know, you can add a little spices to this if you wanted to. A little cinnamon, a little. But I like it plain. Most of the time I like it plain. Gosh, I'm going to get it all over the place. That's okay. We're going to make it. You want to get that to where it's combined. Now, I'm trying to keep my head out of the way, y'all. I'm going to get that guy to come and put the camera holder right over here soon. A little more flour. Now, I'm not sure that shouldn't make 2 loaves. Or it'll be one huge loaf. It's going to be a pretty color, isn't it? If y'all like fruit bread, you'd like this, I'm thinking so. Yeah, well, really, since that's not going to rise, I think if we will get this, get it off of there like that, get that little more of that flour on there, not a whole bunch. I'm going to have this all over the place. And I know that I have to clean it up because I don't have no maid. I am the maid. That's okay too. I'll be eating on this till Jesus comes. I don't know why I made so much. Well, it's just that recipe. I didn't do it. I think that could be mixed a little bit more, but I don't want to mix it too much. So now if you'll just kind of make that into a little, out like that. Now let me get these gloves off because I can't do anything with gloves on unless I just have to, and then I could. Now we'll get our skillet, get us a skillet off the wall. Oh, I'm just going to get a regular skillet, and I'm going to just put me a, oh, that wore me out, y'all. I just kind of wore me out a little bit. I'm gonna put just a little drop of oil in there because I didn't season that after I washed it yesterday. Either one of them. You don't have to grease it, but I don't want anything to stick in there, and I didn't. Usually I pre-season it or put oil in it after I wash them. Now then, let me get my 2 things. Get that off of there. And then, that steel, I'm going to set that right down into that. Now that, get that together there. It doesn't really matter because, let me get this up. I'm going to cut that, use the back of my knife, and I'm just going to cut across in it, like that. I kind of smooth that down just a little bit. Not that you have to. Now you need to preheat your oven to about 400. If you don't have a convection oven, if you've got a convection oven, then you'll be fine. Not preheat that. But if I'm using my other ovens, I preheat it. Let me get my. I'm going to put this. Now, if that gets a brown too much, then you put foil. But if it's not brown too much, don't worry about it. Get the oven, turn your bake it on 400, and we'll do it. I would say with the convection, wait, that's it, roll. Hold on just a minute, I can't see. Bake. Okay, we'll do bake, and we're going to go to 400 degrees. Let's see, you overshot there, did you? Okay, now we'll turn that down to 45. Now it'll come out quicker than that in this one because it's convection. But I'm going to do it for y'all. Same thing there. So that you'll know. Okay, let's see what y'all saying. Now the one I can't see your probably because yeah, sure it is pretty colors. It's that purple and red. It's going to be terrible. Hold on just a minute. I said it's staticky or something. So I'm doing the best I can, I told her. Yeah, that's the mountain of bread. It sure is a mountain of bread. Very fast, you're getting garbled. What do you mean garbled? I know what it means. Why are you getting mixed up? Can't understand anything. I'm not, it's not Jihan. I'm not following you. Oh, the internet is spitting and sputtering. Can't understand. Okay, well, I guess y'all can sit there a minute. I've got to get this mess cleaned up. Let me see. Let me check in there and see if it's still sputtering and spewing and. Well, I guess it's okay. It sounds like it's okay in there, so I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe so. Hi, Denise. I'm clearer now. I can see clearly now. I don't know what happens, y'all. It's when you live in the sticks. That's what happens when you live in the sticks. I tell everybody, we just got a phone about 5 years ago. We lived as a tin can and a string. If y'all only knew what hell I've had to go through to get this internet, even where it is today. I mean, it's still not good. Granny Pat says, hi there, everyone. Yeah, I can see this phone is kind of cutting out. But what I'll do is I want to upload this, or I can upload the next slide. Maybe I was trying to figure out, y'all, how to do one live to the other. Like a few people, they'll cook and then they'll do a second video about an hour later. Well, I don't want to do that all the time because I don't have the time to do one video and then show the finished product. And a lot of times I don't have the time to do a whole video and edit it. So that's why I thought, well, if I could start them lives. I hadn't figured that much out. I just am between ideas. 400. Denise, it's 400. It's at 400 degrees, about 45 minutes for a regular oven. I've got mine on 45, even though it's a convection oven. I'm just going to watch it real good because I don't want it to overdo it. But I'm going to tell you the way you can tell that that bread is done is if you, when you take it out and you tap on it, it'll sound hollow. Now with this much fruit in it, it probably won't be as hollow as if it was just a regular Irish soda bread. But when you hit it, you'll hear a thud. And then you know it's pretty well done. That's what'll give you the idea that everything's done. Well, I've got to get Mother her medicine, and I've got to get this kitchen cleaned up. I guess I can talk. Y'all can stay on here if you want to. I'm going to clean this kitchen up. There's no sense in turning off if, and I'll read comments as I can. I've got the biggest mess in here. You wouldn't believe. Yes, you would. Old Cockadoodle even got stuff on him. Granny Pat loves this rooster. Don't you, Granny Pat? But I've got a chicken too. Oh, I hadn't showed y'all a piece that in there. Just a minute. I'll show it to you. Hold on. I found this in one of the cupboards, and it's I think it's Dresden. But this comes off in this little duck gravy boat. I don't know if there's anything in it. It's had old Scotch tape on it for 100 years. But the craftsmanship is beautiful on it. But I'm not going to put him out here because knowing me, something hit him and he'd break all to pieces. So I keep him in here. I took him out of the China hutch, one of the China hutches. And oh, I've got so much stuff, y'all. I'm really trying to get it together. It's not working though. I've got too much to do during the day and stuff, and I just can't seem. At night time, I can try to get stuff cleaned up, but in the daytime, I've got too much stuff to do here with Mother and her being sick and all that, you know. Put some vinegar on that. That's the way I usually clean it. So I'll put that vinegar on there. Let me get old cockadoodle kind of cleaned up. I don't want a dirty rooster. Can't have a dirty rooster in this house. I'll be through in a minute. I'll talk to you. I know if I don't try to get some of this done, y'all, it'll be 12 o'clock in just a little bit here. And I probably will work on the cookbook or a video or something until about 3 o'clock, and then I go to sleep, and then I get up. If mother needs me, I get up whenever. Usually I get up at 6 or 6:30. Y'all see me how I make breakfast. Yes, Granny Pat, I do. Do you have an extra cutting board? I'm needing about 4 more. 4 more cutting boards, Granny Pat. She said, do you collect cutting boards? Yeah, I do. Can't never have too many cutting boards. Zippity says, put him out, Billie Jean. Oh, she's talking about the duck. I thought, what is she talking about? Put out the cat? I don't have him in here. Mommy, she's watching in there. She's got sciatic nerve, or, you know, y'all know she broke her hip. Some of you know. That's been 1 year and 3 months, and she's up walking. But now, every 5 minutes, she has a UTI, pain in the sciatic nerve. She can't stand up very long. She just gets out of breath and gets dizzy. So, I guess it's just part of being 92 years old. Maybe. Maybe that's what it is. I just pray that the Lord will heal her, because she is such a great person. And I hate for her, not just because she's my mother, but I hate anybody being sick. You know, I just plumb hate anyone getting sick. And so that's where I'm at with that. I know, Granny Pat. She's going to get the feeling better. She did tell me earlier, she did say, because y'all, you know, I'm about a doctor. Granny Hillbilly doctor, but I've learned, and I use the tennis ball on her leg. I've done everything imaginable. And finally this afternoon, I put some of those patches that my stepbrother gave me. It starts with a D. Those pain patches, or whatever they're called. And she said, I think it's getting easier. So that's good. You have to be careful with those pain patches, though, because they can cause rapid heart rate. And if you're allergic to the, I think it's Demerol, that's not it. It's whatever those patches are made out of. You can be allergic to that on your skin, so you have to be careful and test it, which I did the other day to make sure she wasn't allergic to that glue or that pain medicine. And I think that's helped her a lot today. And then I made her a padded seat out of foam for her chair, which I think will help her. And then I've got her in my big queen size bed that has a mattress that goes up and down, you know. Doing your best to have, the people tell me, Yeah, you says truth is she helped me like he helped her. Yeah, you know, I mean, I wouldn't have it any other way. My siblings, they could be, they act concerned once a month maybe or some little time, but I wanted to be here with her forever. If she needs me, I'm here. And then I had to get my health going crazy, but I'm just hanging on because she's hanging on and getting better. That's why we hang on is so we can get better. And I'm gonna look at that bread. Oh, it looks good, y'all. I wish y'all had some of this. I would share it. Y'all know I would share this bread. Yes, I would. Yeah, you know, when we lost my nephew, him and his girlfriend hit a tree. That like killed all of us. Because I had helped raise that boy, and I thought, well, he'll be there when I get old, you know. Well, it don't work out that way all the time. We just have to. Everybody said, oh, it'll get easier, it'll get easier. No, you just learn to deal with it. It doesn't get any easier. I don't give a damn what they say. It doesn't get any easier. I still miss him every single day. I really do. I got these outlets cleaning these frames, and I don't know if y'all can see that. Let me see if I can get this set up here. It keeps falling. That was him when he was little. He modeled, and he was the sweetest child anyone would ever want to meet. And it just broke our heart. He's got a jaguar hat on, and he always stayed brown. He'd stay on the river or outside running around, and I don't know if y'all can see that. Maybe you can. That's him, and then I've been going through pictures. This is Mama when she was a little bitty girl. Everybody's been wanting to see Mama when she was a little bitty girl. That was on the ranch, I guess, on the farm, school picture or something. And I can't see because there's a lag in this camera. So, and then this was Mother. Ooh, I'm not sure. This was Mother. And then this is Mother and her little baby dog that passed away right after she got home from breaking her hip. That little dog stayed around until I said, please Lord, don't let that baby dog go away, because I said it just killed Mama. So that dog stayed, and then the day she got home from the hospital, the next day he convulsed in her arms and died. And you know, that was a godsend, because I knew that if that little dog, which he's on one of the little videos there, I knew if he passed away, and her being just out of the hospital, I didn't know what it would do. So he's been gone nearly 2 years now, but that was her little boy, little baby, and she loved him, and it's been hard on her. Bonnie, you're sweet, thank you. Yeah, we're going to do, Peter, we're going to do a live after Granny Pat gets her. See, I'm trying to read y'all's comments over this little old phone. Thank you, Sheridan. Mother was a very lovely lady. Granny Pat said she loves her in her white fur jacket. That's the fox that I got her many, many times ago. She's enjoyed that. She's enjoyed that a lot. I'm trying to get this comments coming back on. I can smell the bread, y'all. I can smell the bread. I don't know why I can't see y'all's comments now. I've hit something. I've done something wrong. I don't know what I've done. Hold on, I'm trying. That's the only way we can talk is if I read your comments. Now y'all go watch Grandma Lois. She's been, she has been putting on lives. Hi Rebecca, I'm glad you could tune in this late. This is the Johnny Carson show, I think. Sheila says she's late again. Well, that's okay. You know, that's okay. I don't know what this plug acts like it's wanting to stop charging, but I don't know if it does or it doesn't. I'm not so sure here. Maybe it's charging now. Jan's in Florida and she's thrifting and she's showing me her goodies. Oh, I bet she got her some good ones down there. I mean, I don't know for sure. Let me check this bread. It's not going to be done, but I'm going to check it. I am going to. Ooh, it's hot. Hot, hot. Ooh, that's hot, y'all. I might as well. I'm going to have to take it out and check it because that thing, y'all remember that Lucille Ball show where her and Ethel put the bread in the oven and it just kept coming out? Well, that's what's happened to me. I'm Lucille Ball tonight. Oh, this thing has gotten big. Look at that. Look how big that thing has gotten. See, it sounds like it might be done. That. See how you hear that thud? I'm not gonna say it's done yet though. Let me do something else. Check it. We're gonna check it. Yeah, that just made me so sick, y'all. Lord, I'm gonna kill myself with this knife. Yeah, it made me mad because every time I get on here, it was like a demon got in my camera or something. And every time I try to talk to y'all, it's like the demon got in there. Yeah, see, it's still, gotta cook a little more. Oh yeah, but see, it's still, you can tell it. Okay, back you go. You get back in that oven and don't want to hear a peep out of you until we get started. Okay. Now, I don't think that was too brown to keep that, to keep it on the same temperature, and I'm not going to cover it with foil because I don't think we need to. Bonnie Allen says it's a late night show with Billie Jean. Yeah, if I get tired, I get half loopy. You like it, Zippity, this late? I like it late too at night. I mean, I'd rather do things late in the evening. Well, I've just always done that. You know, when you have a restaurant, or when you work in a restaurant, or when you work in a fashion industry, or when you work with designers. Now, most of the time when you are working with designers, you have to be, sometimes there's photo shoots and there's things, you have to be up at the crack of dawn, so you have to go to bed. But if you're in a restaurant, sometimes you don't get out of there till the crack of dawn. Especially if you're making yeast rolls or proofing 50 pans of bread, or, you know, most of the time you'll have helpers do that, but sometimes you don't. Sometimes you just have to do it yourself. Plus, you know, that was not always, let me see if my camera's charged up there. I'm going to try to charge this other one because I don't want it to go down. Let me check. We'll look at that bread again here in just a little bit. Let me get I'm looking for my other charger. Because that's what happened the other night, y'all, is I was just talking away and then all of a sudden it just quit. It just cut out. And I thought, let me get it. I had to get that other charger, y'all. I didn't know what I was going to do. Y'all just have to bear with me sometimes because most of the time, because I'm not too swift. And I'm trying to get this. I don't want to lose y'all tonight. I do not want to lose y'all tonight. Granny said she can't chew that hard bread. Well, I hope it's not hard. I'm not sure. I know I may need to, Bonnie. I'm afraid it's going to get too hard. It sounded like the front door. So I better, I think I should. You know, that's one thing about these convection ovens. I'm not used to them that much. Let me see. Let me just look here just a minute. No, it's not too hard. It sounds like it, but it's not. Let me go ahead and check it while I'm here. Yeah, it's not too hard, Bonnie. It's really not. But I'm going to go ahead and cover it. Let me get it out. No, it's not hard. But it sure is heavy. I'm going to get a piece of foil. Maybe that'll kind of dispel. I've got another piece up here. That'll kind of dispel that. I don't like doing this on a hot pan. Never have. I hate burning my hands. But I'm not going to wrap it real good. I'm just going to give it a guard. Kind of a guard. The only thing though is when you're using those convection ovens, that'll blow that paper plumb up off of there. And then you think, oh, I've got it covered, it won't burn. You come back and it'll be burnt. You know? That's those skillets, y'all know how hot they get. Oh, okay. We're gonna just I'm gonna wrap that kind of underneath there with that pad. And that, I'm gonna put you back in there. That'll kind of steam that a little bit. That'll kind of keep that steam in there. I'm worried about that paper flying up because a lot of times I had dressing in there at Christmas and I thought, oh, I'll be fine. I got it covered up. And then I got to looking and it was burnt. Bonnie said, I wish it was there. I could eat the whole thing if I got started. Yeah, I've got some. I was going to make a homemade butter tonight to go with that, but I thought, now sometimes I get tired, and I said to myself, I'm just too tired. You know what I should have put in there, y'all, is some nutmeg. These fresh nutmegs. That'd bring those cranberries and all that out. Yeah, that would be. Next time I'm gonna write that on my little. I'm gonna get my little pencil. Keep my little pencil, and then I'm gonna write that on my recipe so I know that I follow the nutmeg, putting that fresh nutmeg in there. I could. Let me see what the temperature. Let's turn it down. We can go 350, I think. Let's do 350, and I'll take it off of that. I'll just put it on the normal bake for right now. We don't have to have that convection since we've already got it puffed up, poofed up. Well, tomorrow I've got to put my trash out this evening. If y'all haven't put your trash out, you better put it out if you have trash on Tuesdays or Wednesday. Where did everybody go? Oh, shut up, come on. Oh, they just I guess they just get enthralled and just sit there. I told them they could go on. They didn't have to stay around. But I appreciate them. But what I was saying is Grandma Lois, she got on there and did about, did you hear me, Granny Pat? She did about an hour today. I think I haven't watched it because I don't have time to watch unless Mom's watching, and then I'll go through and I'll see it. But other than that, I just don't have a lot of time to do the YouTube. I mean, we do it for cooking and all that, but I mean watching it. There's a few things that I watch. Dreamland said you're playing solitaire. You know, I've never got into all those games and stuff. I mean, I've been to the casinos and that kind of thing, but I've never tried to play any of that on my phone or anything like that. I used to bake this in a Dutch oven, this soda bread, and I baked it with the lid off, you know. So, and it kind of protected it a little more, especially, but I don't know how it could be any fluffier than this one, bigger than this one, because those I used to make, I said this was humongous. Well, some of those I used to make would be, oh, I don't know, they'd be pretty tall. They'd be pretty big around. Jimmy says, black solitaire. Granny Pat says, the problem is it's after midnight. Well, that's okay. If you don't have anything to do either. I mean, if you want to go to sleep, I guess you can go to sleep. If anybody wants to go to sleep, I guess they can go to sleep. I just have got to get this done, and then I'm going to let it cool, and I've got everything put away, almost. And then I'll just take my little shower bath. I'm not going to take a bath tonight. I'm going to take a shower tonight. And then I don't have to worry about anything. I'll get it done. Bonnie said, you going to turn into something, Granny Pat? Because she said she's worried that it's 12 o'clock. Sherry says it's going on 1 there. My Lord, y'all sound like Mama. We'll be watching a movie and Mama will say, she'll roll over and look at Alexa and she'll say, you know, it's 11:30. Well, Mother, what are you going to do? Turn into a mushroom or something? I mean, it's not like we have to get up and get on the horse and go anywhere in the morning. She'll say, oh, look, it's all after 12 o'clock. I get tickled. Bad moon, hello. Granny Pat said, Bonnie and I went thrifting. Guess what I bought? A waste basket. Well, I've never heard you talk about them. I know everybody has to have them. Jimmy, I'm glad you're off work tomorrow too. Because you shouldn't be up this late. Granny Pat will get on to you. I know, Dreamland. I'm not retired, but I've always been kind of a night owl. I've got to do a painting. This woman, the veterinarian, my veterinarian for the cats, her daughter lost her beautiful, beautiful dog. And so she texted me and asked, would I please do a pet portrait, which I can do them, and I've done them. I'll show it to y'all because I don't have any. I don't keep my work. A lot of y'all want to see my work. There's a few things that I've showed Granny Pat, but most of that's going to the Dallas Cancer Center and going to be given to them. But like my pet portraits and things, I don't have but a couple. But this one I'll show y'all. But her daughter was so distraught over this dog. And I said, well, of course I'll do it. I haven't done one in 10 years, but I'll do it. If it'll make somebody smile, I'll do it. Happy. Sheila Chester, I have to go to the dentist and get 3 fillings, but I'm not sleepy yet. Sherry Long said Granny Pat couldn't find any china. She found her a wastebasket. Thank you, Bonnie. I'll show you some. Yeah, I've always enjoyed painting until the last maybe 15 years. It's just like my brain took a vacation and I couldn't disseminate what I used to be great at perspective and all that, but I couldn't think about what I wanted to paint, and then it got into where I didn't like the colors, and I used to do all that. Just perfect. Not anymore. Now this bread is just getting, here comes, let me go get my Lucy and Ethel apron on, and that bread's going to jump out of this oven at me in a minute. No, it hasn't gotten any bigger, but we're fixing to check it. Because I know y'all are as excited, well, I hope so, to see it as I am. Let me peek under here. It's hot. Let me get that foil off. Oh. Let me get the foil off. Oh, my gosh. That's so hot. Lord, that's hot. Look at that. Look at that, y'all. See, it's still gonna have to cook, y'all. But see, it's not hard, y'all. Let me see if I can. I'm gonna turn this on down to about 305. But I'm going to check that. Just a minute. Mother was telling me this because this has got all those berries in it. That has nothing to do with it. It just needs to bake. So, I'm going to just go ahead and bake it real good. Oh, that's hot. I'm going to get these on there, because if I get, like I had this on here, but then I had to look at it. I'm going to turn that oven down, and I'm just going to let it sit in there and bake for another 30 or 45 minutes or so. Y'all seen what it kind of looks like, but I want to just do it, cut it down low. I'm going to cut it down to 300, 320. And then I'm going to put it on there for another 15 minutes. And then I'm just going to let it sit in there. And then I'm going to let it sit in there. And then I'll let it cool off underneath that foil. And by in the morning, when I'm ready to eat that for breakfast, it will be... that will soften it. I may spread some butter on it, on the top, but I think it'll be fine once it gets set under that cover and finishes cooking. I guess we'll see, won't we? Yeah, if I haven't made a good birthday cake in a long time. I love that white cake that I make with that ermine icing. Oh, that's the best icing in the world. And a white or a yellow cake is so good for a birthday cake. I'm fixing to go too, everybody. God bless all of y'all. And we had a good time. We'll see how this bread turns out. If I could ever get used to this convection oven, I don't think I ever will. You know, I think I learned on those big old ovens till I'm not so sure if I'll get used to it. But God bless y'all. Thank you for watching. We'll talk to you soon, and I'll show some pictures of this bread. Sure will.